celebrate, and it's almost the end of the year. When you see this, it's Christmas Day, and today I'm just going to do some Christmas baking. I want to see if I can make some Christmas macarons and see if I can decorate them with icing, but most importantly make the macarons, because the last time I made them, I think I added in the food coloring too early and the mixture just wasn't right. So I'm going to see if I can get it right today. And they were still really good, by the way, but just I'm going to try to keep it quite simple because I don't want to mess it up, basically. If I'm going to keep it simple, I might already have all the ingredients in the home, which would be perfect. Because macarons actually have very simple ingredients. It's like sugar, powdered sugar, almond flour, egg whites, food coloring if you want the shells to have a color, and then butter for in between, like for the buttercream. That's actually like things that I might have in the house already, especially the sugars and stuff. I just have to see if I have enough butter, but I think I do because you don't need that much. So I hope that I have everything. Otherwise, we're going to have to do some grocery shopping, which is the thing I dislike the most about baking, is having to gather the ingredients. I just like the baking. Let's see what we got. I'm going to also watch a Christmas movie. I'm going to maybe already have some lunch because it's already almost noon now and I'm getting pretty hungry, and I have some leftover banana, so maybe I'm gonna make some banana pancakes or something, and then just pop on a Christmas movie, figure out the ingredients, and possibly bake some macarons. So first thing I'm going to do is tidy up the kitchen a little bit, because I prefer cooking in a clean kitchen, because otherwise I get overwhelmed by all the stuff that's on the counter. And now when I cook, it should be only the ingredients and the things that I need on the counter. Just doing a check-in here because I always do this. I put on the dishwasher and then I try to talk to you about that I just put it on and cleaned, and then it makes so much noise because it's just starting to fill up now. So I put it on a little bit of a shorter cycle. Normally we do eco, but I know I'm going to need the dishwasher later for all the dishes that I make while baking. And I also still want to make some lunch. But first, yeah, let's make some lunch first. Yeah, that's good. This is what they're looking like. It's 3 bananas, 2 eggs, some cinnamon, and I put in some protein powder because then they help me stay full longer and I get less of a sugar spike because the protein kind of combats that. And I'm eating some like veggies, some cut up veggies as a starter, so that's not too sweet. This is the batter. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna bake a couple so that they're ready for the next few days. I can heat them up again. What do they say again about the first pancake? I mean, if you put in 3, I guess the first 3 pancakes are not going to be that great. My dad says that's because the pan has to be hot, I think. So when you put in the first and you don't wait long enough for it to heat, this is what you get. But I'm sure they will taste great. But yeah, hopefully the next batch will turn out a little better. Okay, these are officially terrible. But yeah, I'm going to put in another batch. I think this is more how it's supposed to look. Like the pale edges, it looks familiar, so I hope that that's a good sign and not a bad sign. Age-old question, do I watch a Christmas movie that I've already seen that I know is going to be good? Or do I risk it and put on something I've never seen before and risk it being terrible? I mean, no offense, but so many Christmas movies are just not good. Although there are a few good ones. Like, I like this one. The Holiday, of course. Last Holiday. I mean, this one wasn't so great. This one was alright. So yeah, I need to think about it. Oh my god, this one was terrible. So I don't want to watch something like this again. I don't know if it's my tactic or maybe there's something wrong with the batter, but this were 3 pancakes just now, and now it looks like this. Okay, it doesn't look great, but I'm just going to try it. Okay, so I decided to put on a movie, and it's called Christmas on Windmill Day. And in the first scene, the main character is like, "Hi, Oma," and Oma is what in Dutch we call grandmother, Oma. And then she made some more references like the windmill and like the clocks, and it's like, I don't know, it's about, I don't know, I guess like a Dutch girl or granddaughter of a Dutch person who, I don't know, I guess this was filmed in Canada, I guess. I like that the one Christmas movie I click on is like Dutch inspired, because I'm Dutch, obviously. I live in the Netherlands, so it's fun to see like a Dutch Christmas movie but Canadian. But some of the things like, oh, the Dutch cheese house or the kerstwerkplaats, which mean like Christmas workshop. So yeah, it's funny. I'm glad I clicked on this one. I'll let you know what I think about it. Okay, so for the macarons, I already made one mistake, because last time I accidentally bought like organic, healthier almond flour, but this is probably going to show up not in the right color, but I'm going to use it anyway because this is what I have and I want to use this up before. And then I have powdered sugar, normal sugar, and egg whites. So it's not even that much ingredients. And then I also have food coloring. So that's how those shells get the color. So it's like a set to make one of those cakes. And I used already a little bit of the orange stuff for the other ones. But I was thinking like red. I figured with the blue you can make kind of like a wintry one, like if you make like an icy blue. And then red, green obviously are a bit more obvious. The yellow one I'm keeping for when I'm making lemon ones, because then a little bit of yellow would be good. And this also has some blue, but I'm just going to start with one batch with red. So the weird thing is that this recipe looks kind of weird. Like the way it's being prepared, normally I know that you have to mix until it starts peaking, and then you know it's good enough and it makes these peaks. But then this one doesn't mention anything about that, and also they say to mix in the food coloring when the egg whites start foaming, and I am afraid that that's too early. Should I follow the recipe or should I do what I think is right, is the question. So I looked in the comments and nobody really said that it's wrong or anything. Most people just said that macarons are really hard, but I find that when the recipe guides you through it, It's actually really easy, but now I'm thinking maybe because I have the wrong almond flour last time it didn't go well. No, because it wasn't because of the almond flour, it was because of when I was mixing the egg whites. Okay, so that's not it, but then I think it was good, and then I put in the food coloring and it kind of deflated. So I am thinking that I should mix it until it peaks and then put in the food coloring. I'm just going to do my own thing. I really hope I don't mess it up. Okay, it turned out more pink than red, and it's a little bit thick, so it's supposed to like drip off. You should be able to make a figure 8 before it drips off, and in my experience that is a pretty tight thing, but I feel like this is going to stick on here forever. I mean, there it goes, but I'm just going to try. I'm going to put it in one of those bags and put it on the trays. So you can see the bits from the almond flour in there. It's supposed to be just one color, but I'm just going to continue making the rounds, and then I'm going to leave them to sit. They will even out in shape, but I just enjoy using this shape because it looks so fun. So you can see by the first one that it smooths out over time, but because it's a little bit thicker than it should be, it might not even out enough. So now I'm just going to like drop them a few times so that the air bubbles can come up and let them sit for an hour. Okay, I'm going to clean up the mess a little bit and continue watching my Christmas movie.
Some sense into. I present to you our homemade Christmas puffertjes. Oh. All right, I have everyone's.
Okay, it's an hour later and they're still in the shape. We're just going to put them in the oven and we'll see how it goes. For 15 minutes, so I'm going to finish watching my Christmas movie, and then when they're done we can start putting them together. Okay, so I've just finished watching, what's it called, Christmas on Windmill Day or May or something, and I think that I enjoyed it, but that's because I'm biased because it had some Dutch stuff in there and I like that, but it is your very typical budget Christmas movie. with not really a big budget, obviously. Like, I feel like Christmas movies are usually like that. Like, the ones that have a good budget are a lot better. But then the ones with a very low budget, it's like, oh, we have this huge Christmas market. And they show only one stand, and it's very obvious that it's not a huge Christmas market. And like, the whole thing was in a windmill, but that windmill wasn't even real, you know? It wasn't even a real set or real building. It was just this image that they showed in between scenes. But I enjoyed it. I don't know if you will enjoy it if you're not Dutch, but I liked it. But I don't think I would ever rewatch it. So that's my verdict. Okay, so they're not looking the best, but I'm just going to quickly make a buttercream to fill them. I felt a little silly uploading this video as literally everything I'm doing isn't working out the way I meant for it to. But then I thought I should still upload it anyway because this is just what life is. Sometimes you set out to do something or several things and it might not always work out the way you expected them to. And so what? Who cares if you tried to bake something and it burned? Or if you went out of your comfort zone and you ended up embarrassing yourself? Is it really that embarrassing or is it just human? What is the point in putting all this pressure on myself to be perfect or even worse to appear perfect? Because honestly, I don't really care if my pancakes fell apart. They tasted delicious, I had a great lunch, I enjoyed them. Same with the macarons, I acknowledge that they look like crap. The color is off, the shape is off, the texture is off, but I really enjoyed how they tasted, and even if they would have tasted as crappy as they looked, I wouldn't have cared either. I would just have thrown them away and thought, I'll try it again next time. Because I was filming everything, I felt like this vlog would be a bit of a downer for you, as it's one thing after another that fell flat, and then I started to feel bad about the last vlog of the year not being great, as if somehow I was letting you down by not being perfect. I guess I just want to leave you with the thought that you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to appear perfect to others either. So give yourself a little slack for the end of this year and for the next one. Because maybe your life doesn't look as perfect as you think it should be, but that doesn't mean that you are a failure or that you are behind in any way. It just means that you're human and that just like every other human, there are things in your life that are the way you want them to be, and there are things in your life that don't match the life that you would ideally see for yourself. But just make sure that you evaluate yourself according to the things that are important to you and not according to what you think others are expecting to see from you. Because most of the time, what we think others are expecting from us isn't even what people are truly wishing to see from us. Usually what we think others expect is an assumption that we put on them for ourselves. It's not our job to live our lives according to other people's standards. You decide what's good for you and what isn't. So I wish for you that you will give yourself a little grace when it comes to how others perceive you and will make more room to explore what you really want instead of how it looks to others. I hope you can let go of some of the pressure you put on yourself to be perfect and instead focus your energy on being present and in the moment and grateful for your life, as there is so much beauty and joy to be experienced every day, and it would be a waste to miss out on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a good end of the year. I'm proud of you for whatever you've done with it, and I wish you really, really great next year. So that was it for today, and I want to wish you happy holidays. So they turned out a little bit crunchy because I left them in the oven too long, but it's actually nice.
Very nice.
But it's not how it's supposed to be. So yeah, I just want to wish you a happy new year, and I will see you in the next year and the next vlog. So thank you so much for watching and subscribe. Bye.